Hello, I am Zombieboba, and I just got out of the Wolverine, and unfortunately, I went to see the Wolverine. It has been by far the worst movie I have seen this summer, and I think in a little bit, I don't know, I don't think this video you're gonna get a list of the movies I've seen this summer, but wow. I gotta admit, I was not expecting a lot from this movie. When I first heard about it, I did not expect a lot from when I saw the trailer, and I gotta admit, it did not surprise me at all. It was full of some action. It was interestingly boring. It dragged, and you could nitpick this movie to death. You really could. And ah, it hurts the soul because I love Wolverine. I love the Wolverine comics, and I can't believe they made a Wolverine movie worse than X-Men Origins. That they made a Wolverine movie worse than X-Men 3. I mean, it just hurt to watch. And I mean, the one thing that X-Men Origins had going for it was a lot of mutant cameos. I mean, sure, Gambit sucked in the movie, but at least Gambit was in it. I mean, at least, I know the Blob's origin story isn't anything like in the comics, but at least the Blob was in it. I, I mean, even Deadpool. I thought Deadpool was great before the end of the movie when they put giant claw hands in it. And there just was nothing redeeming about X-Men Origins, uh, about the Wolverine. There isn't much redeeming about X-Men Origins other than the absurd amount of mutant cameos. There are no mutant cameos. There are in the film itself. There are three mutants, legitimately, as far as I could tell. There is Logan, Wolverine. There is Viper, who sucks and is the probably the worst villain I've ever seen on film. And then there's three, some psychic chick who can see into the future, which I don't know if that's even considered a mutant power. And Jean is in some dreams that I'm not going to count that because she wasn't legitimately there. So there were three mutants in this movie that I could tell, and I'm probably wrong. I mean, except for the after credits, which was the only thing worthwhile in this whole movie. By the way, go to the stay if you see it, and I don't recommend it. Stay for the credits. But those are the only three mutants that that this movie features. And Viper sucks. Future Seeing Girl is more or less pointless. She can see into the future, which honestly does not play into. There's no point to her future seeing at all. And then there's Wolverine, who, you know, when you think of Wolverine, you think of you think of one thing first, right? Claws. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it, but I'm gonna. You think when you think Wolverine, you think claws, and you think he can heal from anything. Well, this movie finds a way to take both away. and it kills me. And there are some things that work and some things that don't work on film. Things that work on film: giant robots fighting giant monsters, Pacific Rim, that worked fine. Things that don't: uh, 10-foot tall adamantium samurai robots, bullet train fights that are the most awkward fights I've ever seen. That the fight on top of the train, which everybody saw in the trailer, it's a lot less shitty than I expected that fight to be, but it was still really shitty. I can't say I can't recommend going to this movie. If you do, go on a deal day. Don't don't pull money out of your pocket. I don't know, maybe if we don't go to see, maybe if we complain enough, maybe Sony will give the rights back to Marvel and Disney to make their own films about it, and we can